Today we step into the world of alternate reality. It is the year 2026 in a different timeline. Nigeria is about touching down in the USA for the 2026 World Cup, and everyone in the media are abuzz with the chances of Africa winning the World Cup for the first time. Nigeria has players in the team that many countries had lobbied to play for them with all kinds of incentives. However, these players refuse to bulge, preferring rather to play for their fatherland, and Africa for the first time is feeling good about the chances of an African team winning the World Cup. Who are these highly sought-after players that have given Nigerians and Africa as a whole so much hope? Let's get into it. As we get into the video, we would like to implore you to subscribe to our channel. If you have been enjoying our videos, do support us by subscribing, as it's one way of giving us a pat on the back and inspiring us to create even better videos for your viewing pleasure. On to the video. Nigeria, a nation with an illustrious football history, has produced an impressive array of talents over the decades. This includes the golden generation that brought home the 1994 Africa Cup of Nations trophy and dazzled the world at the 1994 and 1998 World Cups. Also, we cannot forget the many talents that helped Nigeria win the Under-17 World Cups in 1985, 1993, 2007, 2013, and 2015. While Nigeria has consistently produced top-tier footballers, there are a handful of world-class players who could have represented the green and white but ended up playing for other countries. Some have done this because they have more of a tie to these foreign countries, having lived all their lives outside the shores of Africa, and hence have minimal emotional ties to Nigeria. Some have chosen to play for other countries for the personal ambition of playing at the highest level of international football, coupled with all the other benefits of playing for these adopted countries. Such benefits include good training and welfare facilities, better health and welfare packages, insurance and retirement benefits. However, the fact that many are discouraged about the negative narrative regarding player welfare and administration of the game in Africa, and indeed Nigeria, cannot be overlooked. In Nigeria, the stories of how coaches are selected and owed salaries, as well as player neglect and withholding of match bonuses, are legendary. The administration of the game is poor. There is very little planning for matches, as well as for the welfare of the players during tournaments. And these players are wary of this, especially when they have lived all their lives in a more organized system. This continuous loss of some of the best talent the African continent has produced to European teams has continued to make winning the World Cup an elusive dream for the continent. If Africa is to produce a World Cup winner, this tide must be stopped. National football associations and relevant stakeholders must begin to put their house in order so they can lure these talents. For Nigeria, this loss of talent is so evident in the present generation, despite the profile of players it presently has in the national team, the Super Eagles. In this video, we present to you the dream team, or the team the Super Eagles could have presented at the 2026 World Cup if it was able to retain the service of some of its present contingent of players playing for other countries. This fantasy team combines these lost talents with Nigeria's current crop of players to create a squad that could have rivaled any footballing powerhouse today. Let's start from the forward line. The strikers, Victor Osimhen and Victor Boniface. Leading the line in this fantasy team is none other than Victor Osimhen. The Galatasaray striker is one of the most feared forwards in world football today. Known for his lethal finishing, aerial prowess, and work ethic, Osimhen showed his abilities at Napoli, helping them win the league in the 2023-2024 season with 32 goals in all competitions. At Galatasaray, he has continued from where he stopped at Napoli, scoring fantastic goals and assists that show how immense he is to any team he is a part of. Osimhen has also been key to Nigeria's recent successes and is presently Nigeria's second highest goal scorer in history. His presence in this dream team is definitely non-negotiable. Victor Boniface has been equally stellar in the past few years, but he has not had the same impact for the Super Eagles. However, there is every confidence that he will come good in the next couple of years. In a situation where Nigeria needs to play two strikers, he is the obvious candidate for a co-starring role in attack as well as Porto striker and growing sensation Samu Omorodion. Samu Omorodion is developing at such a scary pace. Some are beginning to see parallels between him and Eric Haaland, especially due to their similarly intimidating stature. Samu Omorodion could definitely be hitting a good stride by the 2026 World Cup and would be a good bet as an alternative for a starting role in this team. Whatever pairing is utilized in a two-man attack, they could play off each other's strengths to create an attacking partnership that could be a threat to any defensive formation in the world. Other strikers that could stake a claim in this team for a starting position include Joshua Zirkzee of Manchester United and Dominic Solanke of Tottenham Hotspur. Solanke had indicated interest in representing Nigeria, however he wasn't called up. This inadvertently led to Nigeria losing him to England, who recently gave him his debut for the Three Lions in October 2024. Having been blessed with strikers like Victor Osimhen and Victor Boniface, it is easy for Nigeria to take for granted the need for alternative strikers that consistently perform at the highest level. With Nigeria struggling in the absence of Victor Osimhen, it is now pretty obvious that Nigeria could do with alternatives like some of those just mentioned. Attacking midfield. Jamal Musailu. Jamal Musailu is without a doubt one of the most exciting young attacking midfielders in the world at the moment, and has shown at Bayern Munich how much impact he can have in a team. Jamal Musailu is known for his dynamic playing style, combining speed, agility, and technical prowess to help him get past the opposition with ease. As the creative outlet in midfield, he possesses the unique ability to dictate the pace of the game, switch play effectively, and contribute to both defensive and offensive duties. Playing for a club like Bayern Munich, he has honed his skills at one of the most esteemed teams in Europe, and that experience could have been monumental to the Super Eagles. Alex Iwobi has played this role for the Super Eagles, and recently Dele Bashiru has been added to the mix. While this pair are not at the level of Musailu, they have been decent so far for the Super Eagles. Had Musailu opted to don the green and white jersey of Nigeria, his influence on the Super Eagles could have been monumental. Musailu's dribbling ability, speed, and agility could have added a greater layer of purpose and sophistication to the team's attack. Defensive midfield. Wilfred Ndidi. This fantasy team will not be complete without Wilfred Ndidi anchoring the defensive midfield role. The Leicester City man is arguably one of the best defensive midfielders in the world today. His ability to break up play, win tackles, and provide cover for his defense is top-notch. Ndidi's inclusion in this lineup to partner Jamal Musailu, Eberechi Eze, and Sunday Olise would have created a solid base in midfield. His inclusion is, however, based on him retaining his physical and endurance levels as he is gradually getting past his prime. Hence, Leicester City is deploying him in a more advanced role in midfield. Another option in the defensive midfield role is Rafael Onyedika, who is getting closer to reaching his potential after such high expectations since his debut in the Belgium League. Other eligibles who are apparently still available to play for Nigeria include Udogie, who recently left Chelsea, and Chrysanthus Uche, who is having a breakout season in Spain with Getafe and has played for Nigeria at youth level. Left wing, Eberechi Eze. Another huge loss for Nigeria came when Eberechi Eze, one of the most exciting creative midfielders in the Premier League, opted to play for England. The Crystal Palace star, with his flair, dribbling, and ability to unlock defenses, would have been a key cog in the Super Eagles midfield. Eberechi Eze can play in central midfield, but has shown at Crystal Palace how effective he can be attacking from the left flank. His dribbling ability and physical attributes would also make him a good option in central midfield as an alternative to Musailu. Nigeria made every effort to secure the allegiance of Eberechi Eze, but at the end he chose England, breaking the heart of teeming Nigerian football fans who would have to have seen him in the green and white. Other players who could have been an alternative on the left of this dream team would be African Player of the Year in waiting, Ademola Lookman, and the blistering fast Karim Adeyemi, who plays for Borussia Dortmund and the German national team. Right wing, Michael Olise. One player who could have been a sure bet in this team on the right side of attack is Bukayo Saka. The Arsenal winger, with Nigerian roots, has become a sensation for England. Quick, intelligent, and blessed with an eye for goal, Saka has all the attributes Nigeria would have loved to have on their right wing. However, we would play Michael Olise in this role due to his unparalleled dribbling and crossing ability, as well as the synergy he has formed with Jamal Musailu at Bayern Munich. Other equally exciting options outside this too would have been Noni Madueke of Chelsea, Samuel Chukwueze on his good day, and Alex Iwobi, who has shown the ability to be effective on either wing, having played on both wings at Fulham. Michael Olise and Noni Madueke, however, both made their debuts for France and England respectively in September 2024. Presumably, Nigeria's inability to put its football house in order may have pretty much sealed the decision of both players not to play for the Super Eagles. Right back, Ola Aina. Ola Aina was born in England and played for England at every youth grade level before switching allegiance to play for Nigeria in 2017. He started his career in the Chelsea youth system, having signed for them before the age of 11. Ola Aina is a very capable right back on his good day and is hard to get past when he is in good form. He is very skillful on the ball and quite effective going forward, with the ability to play some pretty sublime passes and score the occasional goal. His speed, agility, and defensive awareness makes him a starter on the right flank for this dream team. Other contenders for this position would include Kingsley Ehizibue, who plays for Udinese, who is still eligible to play for the Super Eagles. Also, an option in this role is Bright Osayi Samuel of Fenerbahce, who has shown he is able to fill in when required with stellar performances against Portugal and a few matches he has had to play in the absence of Ola Aina. Center backs, Fikayo Tomori and Murphy Akanji. Born to Nigerian parents in Canada and raised in England, Fikayo Tomori was eligible to represent Nigeria but ultimately chose England. He developed in the Chelsea youth system, playing with Ola Aina, Tammy Abraham, and a few other Nigerians at youth level for England. Since joining AC Milan, he has established himself as one of Serie A's best, and his presence in Nigeria's backline would have been invaluable. Nigeria tried to convince him to play for the country, but he eventually decided to play for England. He may be wondering what could have been had he decided to play for Nigeria, as he has not received another invitation to the Three Lions since his 5 appearances after his debut in 2019. Murphy Akanji, a talented defender born in Switzerland to Nigerian parents, has been a stalwart for Manchester City since he began playing for them. Known for his exceptional reading of the game, versatility in defense, and composure under pressure, Akanji could have significantly strengthened Nigeria's backline, providing much-needed stability and tactical flexibility. While he has made a name for himself playing for the Swiss national team, the thoughts of him in the green and white continues to evoke curiosity for what could have been. Tomori, alongside Murphy Akanji, could have formed a solid defensive partnership. However, equally capable alternatives include the experienced William Troost-Ekong and Tosin Adarabioye, who had finally committed to playing for Nigeria, but is on the verge of playing for England. Left back, David Alaba. The Bayern Munich legend and current Real Madrid star has Nigerian roots through his father. Despite being born in Austria, there was a time when the idea of him representing Nigeria was not out of the question. Alaba's attacking prowess, set-piece expertise, and defensive solidity make him one of the best left-backs in world football. What a statement he could have made in a Nigerian jersey. Calvin Bassey presently plays as a center-back for Fulham, but his solidity, technical skills, overlapping and crossing abilities would have made this a more appropriate role as backup, as well as Destiny Udogie, who presently plays for Tottenham Hotspurs and the Italian national team. Destiny Udogie has developed to be one of the best left-backs in the world, and may get the nod ahead of Alaba in projection for the 2026 World Cup, as he would be in his prime. David Alaba, on the other hand, at age 32, has been undergoing a lengthy recovery after tearing his anterior cruciate ligament, and has not played for Real Madrid in a while. He may hence not be at his best by the next World Cup. Finally, goalkeeper, Maduka Okoye. By any standards, Maduka Okoye is the most established goalkeeper at the moment for Nigeria, playing at the highest level regularly for Udinese in the Italian league. He hence holds down this position for the purpose of this exercise. Stanley Nwabili has been outstanding for the Super Eagles, having produced a good showing at the 2023 Nations Cup and other matches played so far. He presently is the #1 option for Nigeria, as it is hard to ignore the confidence he has brought so far to this department of the team, after Maduka Okoye made a few blunders that saw him being relegated to the second-choice option. When he does get another chance between the sticks for Nigeria, he will have to prove himself to vindicate our decision to make him the #1 option in this dream team. Apart from these two, it is relevant to still consider alternatives like Arthur Okonkwo, a young goalkeeper who currently plays for Wrexham after a recent transfer from Arsenal. Though he has not yet been capped at senior level by Nigeria, he could still be part of the Super Eagles goalkeeping department, as he shows a lot of promise for the future. This hypothetical Super Eagles team is a tantalizing blend of power, flair, and finesse, comprising of some of the most exciting talent in the game today. While some of these players chose to represent other nations, it's fun to dream about what could have been if Nigeria had won them over. Football, as we know, is full of twists and turns, and national allegiances often come down to personal choice, timing, and circumstance. Yet, even without these players, the Super Eagles have remained one of Africa's strongest teams. And with young talents like Osimhen, Chukwueze, and Ndidi leading the charge, Nigeria's future remains bright. However, for a moment, it's nice to imagine how unstoppable they would have been with these stars in the mix. This hypothetical Super Eagles dream team would have been a force to be reckoned with on the international stage. They hence could have been a credible threat and a possible contender for the 2026 World Cup trophy. While it's a dream scenario, it serves as a reminder of the immense talent that Nigeria has produced over the years, and the potential for even greater success in the future. Thanks for watching. Again, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, so we continue to dream big and aspire together for greater exploits in Nigerian football and sports as a whole. Also, please leave a comment and let us know whether we missed out on any players, and what is your preferred starting 11 if you disagree with our first 11 for this dream team. See you in the next video.